Thank you for joining us again and welcome back to our channel. If you are joining for the first time, I appreciate your time. Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger have continuously strengthened their relationship with the country of Russia. At the moment, in a recent visit to the country of Russia, the foreign minister of the country of Mali have reiterated their strategic partnership with the country of Russia. Why this particular moment is so relevant. The Russian Foreign Minister, Mr. Sergei Lavrov, as well, have also emphasized the strategic partnership and the reason why the country of Russia will continue to support and maintain and help build and train the Alliance of the Sahelian States countries military to help them and support them to fight the current challenges they are facing around their region. It is important to note that this relationship is not going anywhere soon. And this is an indication that for those of you who thought that Russia to an extent had sidelined, has ignored its relationship with the Sahelian state, this is a reminder with regards to the strategic engagement. The United States of America at the moment has lost its focus in the continent of Africa, looking at this disengagement in regards to Mali, Burkina Faso, and how the United States was kicked out from the country of Niger. It is important that the U.S. focus in the continent of Africa at the moment is that of disengagement and lack of clarity.
Elsewhere, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov held talks in Moscow with his counterparts from Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger. The outcome is a commitment from Russia to help the joint armed forces of the Alliance of Sahel States to fight a jihadist insurgency. Let's listen to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov.
On my part, I have stressed Moscow's readiness to promote all the possible ways to build up the potential of the joint forces of the Sahel states and increase the combat capabilities of the national armed forces of each of the three countries. This includes the training of military personnel and law enforcement officers.
More importantly, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger have reiterated that they have severed their ties and relationship with the regional organization called ECOWAS. ECOWAS at the moment is begging and crying to reinstate and also collaborate and refocus its collaboration within this particular region, considering this Alliance of Sahelian countries. However, Russia at the moment, the foreign minister have also focused that not just Russia will provide the support, but it will to an extent continue to build this relationship in the future and to an extent strengthen it at a broader level. Russia, as an example of a country that has decided that this particular region of the continent of Africa will see its success. Russia has placed its emphasis in the continent of Africa at the moment, talking about security challenges. It should be reminded that the countries of the Sahelian state formed over 5,000 strongman troops recently to tackle the jihadist challenges they are facing in the region. More importantly, at the moment, the country of Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger have decided that they will go it alone to an extent to refocus their strategy.
On Thursday, Moscow hosted the foreign ministers from Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, collectively known as the Confederation of the Sahel States. After meeting his counterparts, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that Russia will help build, train and equip the joint armed forces of the alliance. Russia's top diplomat also accused Ukraine of destabilizing the region, declaring that Kiev openly supports terrorist groups in this part of Africa.
Certain out-of-region actors even today try to destabilize the situation in Sahel region. Recently, apart from former colonial powers, the Kiev regime popped up among them. With the full connivance of its Western sponsors, it openly supports the terrorist groups in this part of Africa.
If you consider the relationship between the country of Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, that with regards to France to an extent has learned the hard way with regards to its engagement in this particular region. These countries have said the colonial partnership with France was to an extent irresponsible in terms of the development and growth, that they were not making any particular significant benefits from this relationship and partnership. That's why they have decided to re-engage other partners whom to an extent can provide them the security they need and the particular support that will enable them drive the growth of their nation.
Now, Mali's Foreign Minister Abdoulaye Diop echoed Lavrov's comments, stating that his country views Ukraine as a terrorist state.
We have common views on fighting insecurity and terrorism in our region, which is supported by foreign state sponsors and regional actors from our area, which continues to serve as a rear base and support terrorism, which we need to fight against. It includes Ukraine at your doorstep here, which we consider simply a terrorist state.
Africa is making strategic choices, and at the moment the countries across the Sahel have decided that they want to go it alone to figure out the difficulties that they have been going through over the past centuries, considering their relationship with the country of France. Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger's partnership with the country of Russia at the moment is growing stronger and stronger as other geopolitical partners around the world are observing. This region is one of those regions across the continent of Africa, which is vital and will shape Africa's foreign policy in a number of areas.
Moscow has capitalized on deteriorating relations between the West and Sahel nations to assert its influence. Russian military contractors have been active in the region, profiting from the region's mineral riches in exchange for their security services. Lavrov has said that Russia will help the Sahel countries to form a joint military force by offering consultative services, noting that a significant number of Russian military instructors have been working there already.
Let me know what you think in regards to how Mali and Burkina Faso are strengthening their relationship with the country of Russia, and what do you think Russia can offer them at this strategic time in their history. As we've heard, the Malian foreign minister slammed Ukraine, lining up with the side of Russia and calling Ukraine a terrorist state. I want to thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me also know if you think France is done in the continent of Africa. I will be looking forward to meeting you soon in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Let's listen to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov.
On my part, I have stressed Moscow's readiness to promote all the possible ways to build up the potential of the joint forces of the Sahel states and increase the combat capabilities of the national armed forces of each of the three countries. This includes the training of military personnel and law enforcement officers.